Welcome to our video, Why You Should Stop Following Recipes and Cook Smarter Instead, where we challenge traditional cooking norms and inspire you to unleash your culinary creativity. Rather than relying on strict instructions, we'll explore the freedom that comes from understanding your ingredients and improvising in the kitchen. From reducing food waste to boosting your confidence and personalizing meals for better health, cooking smarter not only saves time and money but also makes the experience more enjoyable. Join us as we dive into the benefits of cooking without recipes and learn how to adapt to any kitchen situation with ease. 1. Cooking without recipes. Unlocking true creativity. Imagine standing in your kitchen, staring at a recipe, feeling anxious that you might mess up a single step. Now, picture tossing that recipe aside and letting your instincts guide you. According to a 2024 survey by Statista, nearly 63% of home cooks report feeling restricted by recipes, often worrying about having every ingredient or following precise instructions. Cooking without recipes is like painting with your favorite colors. It's freeing, exciting, and lets your true personality shine through. When you stop relying on strict directions, you are more likely to experiment, taste as you go, and discover flavors you might never have encountered otherwise. This approach unleashes your creativity, turning cooking from a chore into a joyful exploration. In fact, neuroscientists have found that creative cooking can stimulate the brain's reward centers, making the act itself more satisfying. Cooking is an art, and the kitchen is your canvas. Why let someone else dictate every single brushstroke? 2. Understanding ingredients builds better flavor. Recipe following often leads to mindless measuring and pouring, but real flavor comes from understanding how ingredients work together. Food scientists highlight that flavors develop differently depending on how you combine, heat, or season foods. For example, adding salt at the right moment can transform a bland dish into something extraordinary. Harvard's School of Public Health emphasizes that knowing which spices pair well with certain proteins or vegetables can double the satisfaction of your meals. By learning these basics, like the difference between fresh and dried herbs, or when to add acid for brightness, you gain the power to adjust a dish to your liking. The more you taste and tweak, the more confident you become in crafting dishes that suit your personal preferences, rather than blindly copying someone else's formula. 3. Cooking smarter saves precious time. One of the biggest complaints about home cooking is how time-consuming it can be, especially when recipes call for unusual steps or hard-to-find ingredients. According to a 2023 study by the Food Marketing Institute, 45% of home cooks feel stressed by recipes that require special shopping trips or lengthy preparation. Cooking smarter means using what you already have, making substitutions, skipping unnecessary steps, and streamlining your process. For instance, if you don't have fresh basil, swap in parsley or another herb without overthinking it. By focusing on techniques rather than rules, you'll find yourself breezing through dinner prep, enjoying your time in the kitchen rather than dreading it. Smarter cooking is about efficiency and ease, not perfection. 4. Reducing food waste through improvisation. Strict recipes often lead to leftover ingredients that linger in your fridge until they spoil. The Environmental Protection Agency reports that the average American household throws out over 30% of the food they purchase each year, much of it because recipes call for small amounts of specialty items. Cooking without recipes encourages you to use what you have, transforming odds and ends into delicious meals. Leftover veggies can become a hearty soup, wilting greens turn into flavorful sautés, and overripe fruit makes a perfect compote. By learning to improvise, you stop seeing leftovers as waste and start viewing them as opportunities. This shift doesn't just save money, it's a small but powerful step toward a more sustainable kitchen. 5. Building real confidence in the kitchen. Following recipes can sometimes feel like walking on a tightrope. One wrong move, and it's over. On the other hand, cooking smarter, by focusing on fundamental techniques and flavors, gives you the confidence to trust your instincts. A 2024 report by the Culinary Institute of America showed that home cooks who learn techniques, like sautéing, roasting, or deglazing, are twice as likely to try new dishes and experiment with flavors. As your skills grow, you'll worry less about ruining dinner because you'll know how to fix things on the fly. Confidence in the kitchen isn't about memorizing instructions. It's about feeling comfortable with the unknown and knowing you can handle whatever comes your way. 6. Improving health by personalizing your meals. Recipes rarely take into account your unique dietary needs or preferences. Maybe you're trying to cut back on salt, eat more fiber, or avoid dairy. Cooking smarter means adjusting dishes to fit your lifestyle. The CDC notes that Americans who cook at home with flexibility tend to eat healthier, consuming fewer processed foods and more fresh ingredients. By understanding the basics of healthy substitutions, like swapping sour cream for Greek yogurt, or using whole grains instead of white rice, you can tailor every meal to suit your goals. Personalization leads to more nutritious, satisfying food, and you'll never feel limited by someone else's idea of what's good. 7. Adapting to changing grocery store realities. The past few years have shown us that grocery store shelves aren't always predictable. Shortages of basic items like eggs, flour, or even fresh produce have become common, according to recent USDA market analyses. If you rely strictly on recipes, these shortages can throw off your entire meal plan. Cooking smarter prepares you to adapt on the fly. No eggs for your pancakes? Try a mashed banana or flaxseed instead. Out of milk? Water or plant-based alternatives can work in many dishes. This flexibility means you're never caught off guard, and you can keep cooking delicious meals no matter what's available. 8. Making cooking a family affair. Recipes can sometimes turn cooking into a solo, stressful mission. But when you ditch the script, cooking transforms into a collaborative activity. A 2024 study by the Family Dinner Project found that families who cook together without rigid recipes report higher levels of enjoyment and connection. Kids can help by choosing ingredients, tasting, and suggesting changes, while adults pass down traditional techniques or favorite flavor combinations. This kind of shared creativity fosters communication, teamwork, and a sense of pride in the final meal. Cooking smarter isn't just about the food, it's about making memories and building relationships around the stove. 9. Developing a deeper sense of taste. When you stop following recipes, you start paying closer attention to what you're eating. You taste for balance, sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami, making small adjustments as you cook. Sensory experts at Monell Chemical Senses Center suggest that this kind of mindful tasting sharpens your palate and helps you appreciate the complexity of food. Over time, you'll recognize when a dish needs a splash of vinegar, a sprinkle of salt, or a hit of fresh herbs. This deeper understanding of taste not only improves your cooking but makes eating more enjoyable. Every meal becomes an opportunity to learn and savor. 10. Saving money and stress with smarter cooking. Recipes often require a long list of specific ingredients, which can quickly add up in cost. A 2024 Consumer Reports analysis found that home cooks who shop for recipes spend, on average, 20% more per grocery trip compared to those who improvise. By learning to make do with what's on hand, you naturally spend less and reduce the pressure to buy specialty items that may only be used once. Cooking smarter is budget-friendly and less stressful. No more last-minute dashes to the store or worrying about missing a key ingredient. Instead, you'll feel resourceful and empowered. 11. Embracing mistakes and learning as you go. Oh, let's face it, not every meal will turn out perfectly, but that's part of the adventure. When you stop following recipes, you open yourself up to new discoveries, and yes, occasional flops. But each mistake is a lesson, teaching you what works and what doesn't. According to a 2023 survey by TasteWise, 78% of home cooks who experiment in the kitchen report feeling more satisfied and less intimidated by cooking overall. Embracing mistakes turns the kitchen from a place of stress into a playground for growth, laughter, and delicious surprises.